How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to make an impact. If you are someone that wants positive growth, if you want to be part of the positive change, the uplifting energy that needs to happen in this life, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to align and discover your purpose and how it can make a positive impact and help shift the world to a happier place. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It can have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So, of the messages that I've done, of the podcast episodes that we've been through, I think this is one of the ones that really matters. If there's ever a message where you took something away, I hope it's this. And the goal is for you to understand the value of you, your personal growth, the version of you that you can become, this healed, this loving, this abundant version of you, why it's so important. So I happened to go down a rabbit hole earlier of kind of the negative side of social media, where you see a lot of the bad stuff that happens, like stuff in the news, just awful things that happen into the world. And when you see something happen, like someone steals something from somebody or somebody hurts somebody, like when you see that happen, you immediately think about that event. Like, how do we stop it? How do we stop bad things like that from happening? How do you get in front of that? And initially it's like, okay, well, if someone's about to do something negative, like a physical act or something of that nature, we think the only response is something stronger to stop them. And that might be true. Like if somebody's about to steal something from you, the only way to stop it might be representing strength back at them. And I thought about that, like how does that build a positive world? How do we build a positive, loving, healed society when two wrongs don't make a right? Because if physical violence is not good, then it's not good in both cases, whether someone's doing the wrongdoing or someone's stopping the wrongdoing. It's not good energy. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't defend ourselves or anything like that. I'm saying there's actually something more valuable to what you can create. When people do something, when they hurt somebody, when they do something that's that negative, they weren't operating in a peaceful energy before that. There had been things that led up to the events that they've done. If you're in a negative state of being, there are things that got you there. There's a world that existed that allowed you to grow to this person that did this thing. And so if that exists, meaning there's a path to get there, that means us that are on this healing path, that are trying to become these high vibrating people, we don't have to focus on stopping that. What we have to focus on is being there in the beginning, creating an environment that doesn't allow that type of thing to exist. If everyone grew up surrounded by love, surrounded by support, surrounded by understanding, then that's what they would know too. The statement I believe in is that healed people can heal people and hurt people hurt people. I was reading The Law of Attraction a while back. It's an excellent book if you haven't read it before. I was reading it and it talks about how the war on things creates more of that thing. Meaning you can't have a negative thing for good, like the war on drugs, the war on guns, the war on obesity, like all of these things. When you are attacking it with something like that, the negative energy, it's going to create more of it because what you focus on expands. So if we stop focusing on that and start shifting on the healing, we start focusing on the love, then we can start doing that. Now, of course, there's the ego that says, how do I protect myself? How do I make sure I'm safe? I can't just go out in this world and love everybody and then people steal from me, people take advantage of me. Like, how do I live this life? And I'm not trying to give the answer to that. I'm just trying to show the opportunity to what can happen when we become the healed versions of ourselves. The ultimate society, like if all of us just became the best versions, would be a society of people that when they woke up, their ultimate mission was to serve their neighbor. Because at that point, we'd be truly connected to the highest form of energy. See, we still think that the external things in this world, like the cars, the money, the nice house, that's where the enjoyment is, that's where the pleasure is, that's where the happiness is. And of course, a nice car can make you feel good. A nice house can be a great place to live. I'm not saying those things are negative. I'm saying those are not the answer to an energetic issue, because there are people that have all of these things and they're still not right within. So they're still negative. They still hurt. They still carry this pain with them everywhere they go. So your healed path, the ultimate version of you, helps create the world without these bad things, without these negative things that happen. That's the ultimate goal. That's the mission that we're on. So when you're wondering, like, what does me being a good person do? Like, what does you being a good person do? Is it influences one other person. I talked about this a while ago, but there's the 7 degrees of separation. It might be 6. I read up on it a little bit and it seems like there's 6 or 7, people say different things. But within 6 or 7 people, you can connect with anybody. So the person that does something, you were 6 or 7 people away from influencing them. What if you could have influenced them younger? What if you could have got them in a different direction younger? When we don't make it about ourselves, we can get in the place of healing, of true healing. You have this power. You are not a victim of the situation. You are someone that's here for a reason. You are in this pain for a reason. It's not to suffer. Yes, I understand that people suffer. I understand that there's bad things, there's negative things, there's hurtful things. I'm not saying that those aren't true. I'm saying I believe you're more than just the receiver of that energy. I believe you're a creator. I believe you have power. I believe there's purpose to your existence. So the difficult thing that you're in, when you start to heal from it, guess what? Healed people heal people. So by healing yourself, you're going to be able to give that healing to people that need it. When you're able to give that energy is flowing through you. You're no longer stuck in the frequency you're in now. You found a high level frequency. You bring it within you. It starts to heal you. Then you start to give it to others. Then it's flowing through. You're existing in the abundance of love. You're existing in the abundance of healed energy. That's what's for you. That's our purpose. It's not to achieve anything. That doesn't mean you can't be a doctor. That doesn't mean you can't be a lawyer. It doesn't mean you can't chase your dreams. Your dreams are just giving you the direction you're going to go. Who you're going to be is what truly matters. The what you are is what truly matters. That's where the fulfillment comes from. That's where the ability to rest easy at night comes from. It doesn't come from achieving the thing. If it's always achieving the thing, it never ends. Because if your internal state doesn't change when you become the doctor, you're still going to be lacking. Then you have to be the next level and the next level and the next level because you keep thinking this external thing is going to make a difference in how you feel. And it might initially, but if you don't go within and solve that, you're still that always. So our purpose is bigger than self. Our purpose is helping people when they're young, being that positive influence, telling people how to heal, showing them how to slow down, showing them how to breathe, showing them how to forgive by practicing those things ourselves. People understand things when you tell them, but people know them when they see you live by it. When they see you be that example, because then you're an energetic example of something and they can absorb that. People feel energy. They do. You can walk into a room and tell when the energy's off. You can feel somebody when they're angry. You can feel somebody when they're happy. Energy is real. Your frequency is real and it matters. It's the difference between somebody growing up and becoming something negative or positive. We're all in this together. Somebody experiencing pain is you experiencing pain. You experiencing healing is an opportunity for them to experience healing. So let's align on a purpose bigger than ourselves and be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and hopefully gave you some alignment on your purpose and the value that you can bring to the world. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to join the Positive Mindset Facebook community, it's just a group of people that listen to the podcast that are coming together to share ideas, to receive ideas. And if you want to be a part of that, click the link below. I'd love to have you there. I'd love you to be a part of the conversation, some of the lives, some of the groups that we're doing. It's all growing. This is the very beginning stage, but it's all growing from here. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.